Definition of rural school. Public senior high schools and below that have insufficient educational resources due to transportation, culture, life functions, digital environment, socio-economic conditions, or other factors. Current situation of rural school. There are currently 1,106 schools in remote areas below high school, accounting for nearly 30% of schools nationwide. In rural education, the background of teachers and students has a profound impact on educational difficulties. 1. Influence of teachers. Insufficient teachers and high return rate. There is a shortage of teachers in rural areas and frequent return. The living conditions are difficult. It is difficult for teachers to retain their post, and it is difficult to stabilize the teaching quality. Effectiveness. First time, teachers are burdened with heavy administrative work and can't focus on teaching, and student learning effects are limited. 2. Influence of student background. Disadvantaged family background. Rural students come from low-income or single-parent families, with insufficient family support and poor learning environment. There is a clear gap between them and urban students. Low expectations and labeling. Rural students are treated with low expectations, and society lacks awareness of their learning potential, which affects their learning motivation. The interactive influence of teachers and students make it difficult for rural education to achieve fairness and sustained progress.
In cases of inequality in rural education, 3 examples are highlighted. 1. Challenges of school closures during the pandemic. Distance learning has created a no school, no learning dilemma for students. First, there is the hardware issue, a lack of sufficient equipment to support online learning. Then, there is the software issue. Teachers, who lack experience in remote teaching, feel significant pressure and anxiety about delivering a quality online lesson. 2. Indigenous children's learning limited by Han Chinese culture. Schools in indigenous communities face many inequities. Textbook content is entirely based on Han Chinese culture, so indigenous children spend a great deal of time learning about a culture other than their own, while learning about their own culture is relegated to after-school hours. 3. Differences in family conditions. During long breaks, some parents enroll their children in tutoring classes to continue their education, but children from disadvantaged families lack these resources, leading to a pause in their learning. This results in an increasing gap in academic progress compared to other students when they return to school.
Taiwan's current education improvement policy for remote areas. 1. Solve the problem of high teacher turnover and insufficient manpower. Give teachers in remote areas some treatment and benefit, and encourage teachers in general areas to serve schools in remote areas. 2. Guarantee the rights and interests of students to enter the nearest school, and clearly set a benchmark for setting up branches or classes in remote areas. It is stipulated that if there is no national primary school within a certain range, the number of children of suitable age reaches a certain number and the transportation is inconvenient. It is necessary to set up branch schools, divide classes, or arrange transportation, subsidize transportation expenses, etc. 3. Improve the incentives for the service of teachers in remote areas and stabilize the teachers in remote areas. Those who provide accommodation for faculty and staff can get subsidies, and those who have been in schools in remote areas for a long time and have excellent service performance can also be rewarded. 4. Education funds for schools in remote areas. The competent central authority will give priority to subsidizing the required funds, as well as the accommodation subsidies and teaching expenses mentioned above.
Outlook and appeal. We must take it serious. Besides, rural children are also the future of the country. Government should provide more policy to solve this inequality. Only if we value this issue, our hometown will be safe to face the opponent and not lose due to insufficient resources, inconvenient transportation, and inequality caused by disadvantage.